Hello everyone, this is my GokoDom 3 Round 6 Game 2 against Psyduck. Here we go.
Sorry for the delays. I had to save the video. Now let's roll. Roll.
I see the ambassador. There's a junker, but there's a counter junker. There's a trasher though. I didn't even spell roll properly. Okay, whatever. I have to think about this game now. There's no village. There's a scheme though. You could like ambassador scheme. There's no plus buy. So you could highway doesn't really help all that much except for Horn of Plenty. The Sea Hag it still does damage against an ambassador because the curse gets top deck. It's a bit harder. You could scheme Sea Hag. Well, if the ambassador returns curse, that means the Sea Hag could still be useful for a while. There's also just Trasher, and there's Stonemason. So maybe with enough cost reduction, you could just get highways into more highways. So you just get a lot of peddlers there. It helps the Horn of Plenty, but the Horn of Plenty doesn't really need to mass up stuff. It just masses up gold, I guess. Sea Hag scheme though, it's not bad. But maybe you want an ambassador so you could scheme. You could Sea Hag more often. But for now, I could get the ambassador the next shuffle. But the scheme Sea Hag is still pretty powerful. I don't know, or am I just gonna be cursing myself here? So Sea Hag scheme, then ambassador. Because there's no village, so you can't play both of them. I don't know if you want to play only ambassador. Yeah, my opponent got the ambassador. I could still open Sea Hag ambassador. Actually, Sea Hag ambassador keeps up pressure. I think if I don't open ambassador, I'm just dead. Even if the Sea Hag was should have been a scheme, at least ambassador dead card is better than something without ambassador. Should know that. Do I really need the scheme though? There's gonna be so much terminal collision. Maybe this should just be a silver. Yeah, I'm still shivering. I don't like that. I don't like shivering during a game. Oh, those rats. I totally ignored the rats. Why did I ignore the rats? The rats. What do? They turn stuff into rats, which you could skip with Journeyman, and which you can ambassador over, but you could ambassador over the junk anyway, or you could trash account. You could trash account. Oh, there's no terminal collision. So I could get a scheme. The scheme, I could scheme ambassadors or highways. Yeah. I'm gonna get a lot of terminal collision if I scheme something over. Well, if I thin my deck enough, the scheme won't be that. Like, I'll scheme something over. No, don't get the scheme, because if I have terminal collision, then if I scheme and then in a hand with terminal collision, I could just bring the same card back. I'm not losing this ambassador war. I'm returning 2. So rats, trashes, something. State. Well, it doesn't get top decked at least. Yeah. So, since my deck can't really support One scheme is enough. Ambassador schemes. Well, since I can't really support many terminals, just go for highways. I could also get the rats. I don't really know what the rats is gonna do. I'm really not seeing it. You could stonemason them for 2 schemes. In fact, you could stonemason buy something later. Let's get some silver. It'll help me get to 5 and maybe 7 later in the long run. Ooh. Copper, that's not great. Do I get a stonemason? Or just... No, I'm just gonna be scheming this around. In turn. I think I prefer to return double over single. If I get another curse, I'll just return 2. Or do I want to return this, get another silver, and spread out my sea hags a bit? I don't think I do. Well, actually, if I return the curse, there would be no... My opponent can only return that at a time. Okay, well... All's well that ends well. I'll get a silver here. Not really sure what the rats is what's gonna happen with these rats. He's just gonna he's gonna ambassador them to me. Is it easier to ambassador rats or something? It is. I mean, there's no denying that. It's a stonemason. You could stonemason them into like schemes. You could do that. But then, what are schemes gonna do? Schemes are just more non-money. You scheme your rats back. You scheme your 1 ambassador back. I don't know. I should get another scheme. This is ridiculous. Skip that rats for get another scheme. I'm not seeing my ambassador enough. So it's gonna get harder and harder for my opponent to buy stuff. I think with the scheme I could have won another silver. I'll just scheme the ambassador. $12 Okay, so I'm at too many cards. Yeah, returns that, gives me a rats. Okay, that works. I could return 1 and buy a highway, or I could just return 2 and get a rats. I don't know. Return 1 and get a highway. Is that worth it? Not particularly. I can overpay for this to get an ambassador and a scheme. Or 2 schemes with 5. I like highways. But do I return 2 or do I return 1? I'm just gonna get like we'll just get another silver if I get. I don't like having too many silvers because then I'm not gonna have enough cards to reveal to copper. But then returning 2 coppers is the same deal. I'll have rat. You know what? I'll have rats. No, I'll have a no. Right, this is right. Okay. Yeah, so the rats just makes it a bit easier to ambassador curse me. Another scheme. But that's okay, because I still returned to a state thingy. Here I should return to coppers. It's a lot of rats. A lot of rats. Return 1 rats to supply. Okay. I mean, rats is just like... I hope I'm not... unless I pull a Lord Boddington, I mean... I don't know. Let's not pull a Lord Boddington. I mean, I thought the whole point of the rats was that you had them so that you could trash stuff. Okay, so then I have I have the remaining rats. I have 3 rats. Trash that, yeah. Oh, they're like curses. But a curse is still, we could get a stonemason and maybe trash these into 2 silvers. Why not? I mean, you gave me 3, I have 4 rats now. He has none. Turns 1 to the supply. Gets the highway. I really don't know where this game is going. This is just ambassador nothingness. Get a highway or I get a gold? I think a highway at least has more cycling. And it gives me something to scheme. So yeah, another highway. Eventually I can maybe do a good thing with overpay. So yeah, I could do schemes. I'll hopefully have something good to ambassador over. And this is just, we each have 1 ambassadors. Kind of. Okay. Oh, we had 4, okay. Wow. Oh, it doesn't matter if this stuff misses the shuffle, because they have schemes. Clearly I don't have enough schemes. 3? Okay. Let's overturn the 2 rats. I could overpay for that and get the last 2 schemes. I don't want to fall behind here. That... Yeah. So we're pretty even. Maybe. Maybe. He probably has a thinner deck. Somehow. Some mysterious way. It's another highway. You know, just having highways, it just becomes an advantage in the long run with the stonemason. With the the stonemasons could be returned by master, and you could maybe get a horde of plenty. I want to trash something, get a rats. I guess I do. That's better than estates. Oh, I should have returned. Yeah, I should have gave him the estates, eh? Whoops. So I could overpay for stonemason and get 2 highways, or a highway and something else. But I think just 2 highways. I could return it. Right, I only need to overpay by 3. Maybe it was better just by 1. I don't know. Oh, I could trash the stonemason with rats, or I could just trash this. Do I trash the stonemason with rats with stonemason, or the stonemason with rats? The stonemason with rats, I get 2 silvers, and maybe get another highway this turn. If I it's we're gonna split those evenly, I think. I think I'm just gonna go for getting 2 silvers here, and maybe hopefully draw a copper. Hopefully draw it, or I might draw something dead. I don't know. Or no, if this would draw hopefully the copper, if anything. Otherwise, oh, it draws a curse. Curses are no fun. Get silver. Clearly, this is not great. My opponent's gonna get 6-4 highway split. All the curses are in the trash. It's too bad there's no plus buy. Because otherwise I got an empty stonemason suddenly. There's 3. Okay, so no one has estates in their deck because there are 3 in the trash. 3 there. We started with, so this would be at 14 in total, and there's 3 in the trash. So no one, and there's 11 here, so there's no one left. So we're tied for points. But I started, so I can't end it on a time. Okay, it's a count. Actually, pretty useful because then you could get a duchy. Could stonemason that. Because I could have stonemason that into 2 stonemasons and over. Well, I wouldn't be able to over. I wouldn't have enough to overpay for a stonemason, actually. Plus, I'd be losing that. I could still stonemason the silver for 2 estates. Let's see what this draws. Oh, this draws that. I could turn that into a rats or that into. With 5, I could buy it. Let's see. Because again, I can't. Oh well, I would have to treasure silver. So I'm first player, so there's no sense of trying to play for the tie. We could just buy a duchy here. This game's gonna end soon on stonemason. Buy duchy. Well, let's move the scheme around. You can't stonemason duchies, can you? You could stonemason stuff into estates. Well, now I can't stonemason anything into duchy. My opponent could buy a province. This is lame. Buys province. Sure does. Interesting. I could trash the rats into 2 estates. Or I could trash the rats into an estate and a stonemason. I could trash it into 2 stonemasons and hopefully draw a card that lets me buy a province. But I get to see what card I draw first when I. So let's see what I draw. Oh, sucks so hard. Sucks pretty hard. I guess I just gotta go with green. I had I could put stuff. A stonemason gives me power. I mean, the highway just lets me buy helps me buy a province, but this stonemason could trash my incoming ambassador. I have an incoming ambassador here, so or an incoming sea hag. So no. Oh, I could have trashed an ambassador into 2 stonemasons or something. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, there's another rats here. Could have. Well, it doesn't help if my opponent could still buy a province. Yeah, losing the highway split, not great, I guess. I had 2 points. I had 2 points. My opponent can't end the game now. He can only buy province. Probably takes a duchy. My opponent's gonna be ahead 7 points now. 7 points ahead. Not great. Give him a curse, so it gives him 6. I'll give him the 6 and then I buy a province. He could tie me. I guess I'm gonna keep drawing. And this, if I'm to shuffle, I'll have the schemes. Yeah, it's one of my 2 estates. I'll play Rats and Trash the Ambassador and then curse him, see what I get. Cursed. So 6 points behind. Puts me at 3 points behind. He points behind, yeah. So he has 5 highways that he top decked. So he's probably just gonna get just more provinces. Cause he got a lot of schemes too, and yeah. So he's 9 points behind. This is not going well. Not going well. See what I draw. Well, I can't draw anything better than silver. Kind of want to stonemason this into 2 cards. I could turn it into 2 estates and I'll be 7 behind. Or I might draw another silver and get a province. That'd be my only chance of victory. Then I'll lose stonemason. Yeah, it didn't work out. Bad, I guess I blame bad deck tracking. This puts me six points behind. Does anyone know why I don't see the has buys? It doesn't tell me how many buys I have left. Alright, I'm 9 points behind. Like, it doesn't tell me when my opponent has finished his action phase and says how many coins and buys I have. It doesn't show me that. I don't know why. It stopped showing me that for a while. Let's go buy. Duchy doesn't even help me. Could turn that into 2 estates and then got a 3rd estate. It rushes the game end. I mean, it doesn't rush the game end. What? Did I end my... Oh, they cost the same. Oh, so I just bought an estate instead of a duchy, which is, you know, not so bad. I mean, it was gonna end the game 1 turn sooner. I lost this either way, but the point was don't buy Dutchy because then he'd buy the last one and I lose. But my opponent's lead is so large. It's not. This is not the lead. This is some glitch. Yeah, just stonemasons. Because he figured out finally. Do we end this? Yeah. Okay, well, that's the game. Thanks for watching.